Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome to another Moe's Market Monologues. I'm your host, Mohammed Fatah, and when it's sink or swim, I'm here to keep you guys all afloat. Today, we're going to be looking at primarily upcoming potential ban list cards as well as OP10. So, OP10 recently got put onto tcgplayer. You can see that booster boxes right now are $155 pretty much. But there are some very interesting leaders coming out in this set, and there are definitely some cards you want to pick up in advance. So first among those is the blue-black Usopp leader. For that one, you're definitely going to need to pick up One Leg Toy Soldier. This is a Dressrosa 2K card that gives cost reduction. It's synergized as well with the upcoming Zoro card that they play in that deck, as well as the Kairos SR in the deck. Notably, copies of the non-foil uncommon aren't too expensive, sitting around 20-ish cents. Things do start to get pricier if you want to bling out your deck a little, with the Jolly Roger foil from Premium Booster being $1, starting to trend upwards towards even $2, and alternate arts going for as much as $85, maybe even $90 if you want to finish your set on these. The deck is a solid tier 2. If you're not going to commit too heavily to it, I wouldn't recommend getting the alternate arts. We could definitely see the price on the alt art fall because the deck isn't as strong as Sakazuki was for a blue-black deck, but since it is a PRB alt art, I don't know if it'll fall too much. You also have access to the full art instead, which still has similar texturing to the alternate art, just it retains the same base rarity art, and those ones are saying around $36 a copy instead. You will also need the Bartolomeo 2K blocker. This card is very, very stable in that deck because it's both a 2K counter and it has a blocker keyword tag on it, and it's harder for Lucci to remove because it gets an increased cost from the leader, and when you block, you get to draw a card. Alternate arts for this one are looking to be around $42 to $45, but similar to Toy Soldier, you can just get full arts for cheaper, around $15. There's even the Judge stamped rares for 45 cents, and then regular versions are saying for as little as like 20 cents. So not too much there. Also notably, recently, through Extra Booster 2, the deck has started to adapt playing some blocker Sabos. With the announcement of PRB2, funny enough, these have started to fall down. You can see that a larger quantity of them have been selling, but the price has still been falling as people have been flooding them to the market. Just as a reminder, PRB2 does not come out for us until early September, unless it gets pushed back, in which case it will come out later. So if you plan on playing this before then, now is probably a good time to pick them up while people are trying to get rid of them as fast as possible. Just because while the card still will be seeing play, there won't really be more copies of it available until September. Also notably, for Yellow-Green Law, you definitely want to look into getting a number of the green laws, both the Restand Law from the starter deck as well as the Bounce Laws from OP10. It did get reprinted in the Premium Booster. So the bounce laws are looking to be around $1 right now, but you can see how they have been trending upwards. They were down to as little as 40 cents. Frankly, even down to 30 cents with the release of the Premium Booster. Not nearly close to their high, but still, because they're trending upwards, I definitely recommend getting them sooner rather than later, especially with some support that Green Yellow Law will be getting in OP11 if you want to play the leader. Notably, these starter deck cards have not been announced for a reprint. You can see over here that the original print foils are saying for around $10 if you want to get a copy or finish a playset. And then they just really go out from there. Pre-release, super pre-release copies are saying are almost $20. The revision pack non-foils, since they are technically harder to get than the foil versions from the original starter decks, are saying a bit higher at around $11 to $12, even frankly going up to $15 if you want to get your playset from one seller. And then alternate arts for the two different green alt art bounce laws are saying at around $40 to $45 each. Again, that deck is not showing a bunch of results currently. That is always possible to change as more stuff is discovered on our side, but until set 11, these will likely fall down a bit. You do also have the SP art, which frankly all of the SPs have been trending upward, and not very many of them have depreciated since the recent trend of them spiking. So if you do like this art and would like to play with it, I would recommend getting these sooner instead of later. Lastly, for the ban list, I very heavily believe that Sakazuki is in contention to come back. The base rarity leader is only about 10 cents. There's more than 460 different listings, not even just copies available, but different listings online for the base rarity if you want to play it. However, the alternate art leader, you can see, frankly, he's like after the announcement of the ban list going potentially happening and unbanning him. He's sitting at currently about $36 to $40. He did spike to upwards of $60, I believe. I don't know if any of them sold at that. Yeah, you could see that some of them were selling for $60, $70 at the height of the nonsense. But now that they've settled back down around 35 to 40, if you think he's going to come back, it might be worth getting a copy just in case. Also, we have Great Eruption. Great Eruption is also currently on the ban list. You can see that these have been trending upwards as well, from 90 cents up to $4. Frankly, I think this card is much less likely to come back than the leader. You can always pick it up now since it was in a starter deck. If it does come back, it will definitely be more than this. But if it doesn't come back, then not really a big hit if you picked up a playset, losing out on like 20 bucks maybe. But usually it's better to play it safe than sorry. I think that it's less likely to come back just because it gives a lot of power to the black decks, which they already have, but it always has the potential. And lastly, since the regional season ended and we're going into the new regional season, the Gear 5 Dawn is no longer available from play. You can see, funny enough, this does not really do this justice, but it has been going up. You could see how it has been selling a bit more. They went up from the $20 they were up to now about $40. At one point they were $50, but now it looks like they restabilized at that $40 mark. So if you want to pick these up, you could probably feel safe to do so at this time. They're not really going to be flooding the market anytime soon, and it is a pretty cool art to pick up. Lastly, for you guys, I do want to talk a little bit about OP10. So a lot of the SPs from this set have gone up, and I don't know if it's necessarily worth picking them up unless you're either picking up for a collection. However, I do want to point out these super rares. So if we go down here, you'll see for a lot of these base rare super rares that they are not particularly high right now. Even with the announcement of the starter decks, they aren't really being bought out. And you can see, similar to the previous starter decks, that they didn't really reprint the deck staple cards. Dofi didn't reprint Jinbei. The red Newgate deck did not reprint 9-drop Newgate or 7-cost Ace. So it's very unlikely that these new starter decks would reprint any of these old SRs. So this Sanji, you could see, is starting to trend upwards, going up to $3.15, $3.25, and he'll quickly be $4. You could see Ben Beckman sitting at about $2.50, almost $3 currently. Shank Sing about $2.25, up to $3 soon. Teach, frankly, this will probably go up with set 10, not even with his starter deck, with the power that Kuzan adds to the deck. Frankie's sitting at just under $1 currently. Doesn't go up too quickly, but you can see a lot of these are like singular listings. If we go to the next page, you can see they like very quickly start to climb with how few listings there are as people start to get more and more playsets. And even Mihawk and Crocodile for the buggy deck. They're all frankly pretty low right now, and I think that now is a very good time to start picking stuff up, especially as you can see for the set itself. Let me clear my filter here. Boxes have been doing nothing but trending up since it is an anniversary set. After the release, they did start to go back down, but you can see since then they've slowly been climbing, and now they're up to almost $160. This is $153 in shipping. This is just $158, $158, $158, $159, $160, and they just frankly keep going up from there. So as the price and market on the boxes go up, the value of the stuff in the boxes will also go up to compensate for it, especially as demand for those SRs rises with the introduction of the new decks and new cards in sets 10 and 11. With that being said, I hope you guys got some good specs off of this. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay informed and up to date. See you guys in the next one.